Hello and good day, everybody. So nice to have you all here with us. Today is Friday, November 8th. My name is Naiva Flory, and it's my honor to be here on the Million Mom Movement Council with some other amazing, incredible leaders here in our community. I have Allison and Ashley here with me today, and it's such an honor to be here with them. And today we're going to be talking all about empowering momentum, building community and financial freedom with Purium. And as we know, that's what we're all about here, is really being able to build community and support each other in thriving and living our best life and helping more people have access to the best nutrition and the best, health that we can have here on this planet. And what is more worthwhile than helping more people achieve optimal health? So I'm so excited to have each and every one of you here. I just want to thank you for being a part of this incredible community, because each and every one of you here is making a difference, not only in your own life, but in the life of other people in your community. And so I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing and for being a part of this incredible community here at Purium and with the Million Mom Movement. So I would love to see who would like to read our pledge today and set the tone for our call about what we represent and what our mission is. If somebody would like to raise your hand, I'd love to have you come and read the pledge for us and share more about what our mission is here with the Million Mom Movement. All right, Martha, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to unmute and share my page. Give me 1 second.
I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read the labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I am committed to sharing the movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement.
Thank you so much. And would you share a little bit with us about what this movement represents to you?
It represents a turning of a page and kind of remembering and reminding ourselves of past generations that lived better, that had better. And reading labels, making conscious decisions, it is really hard this day in this age. And being part of Purium, being part of the Million Mom Movement, the movement of many, has really allowed me to remember the gifts that was given to me by my great grandmothers, my great grandfathers, and to help instill that in to today and to the young ones. And when it talks about generations, it is like I feel like I'm in the middle of 7 generations. Like I can remember the knowledge and the wisdom, and I feel that it is urgent for me to share that knowledge. So there'll be a continuation, and not just of my family, but everybody's families.
Absolutely. I love that. And thank you so much for being on this mission with us. It's so amazing to be on a mission with so many incredible people here as part of our community. And so I just want to thank all of you for being here and for being a part of this incredible mission. And as you all know, what we stand here for is for health. We stand for the environment. We stand for wealth, creating generational wealth for our families and for the community, right? Really creating community and helping to really support communities around us. And so we believe in the power of holistic transformation. And our mission is really to build on the 4 pillars, right? On these 4 pillars of health, wealth, environment, and community. And by integrating these elements, we create supportive, empowering ecosystems for individuals striving for balance and a fulfilled life, right? So this is really what we stand for and what we want to create more of in our communities as we go out there and share this mission. And it's so empowering to have so many incredible people right now that are achieving such incredible success in their businesses. And so we have some special guests on here today. But first, I'd love to hear from our council members a little bit of what you would like to share around building momentum in our business and creating, a community around us for really supporting each other and striving as we go into these next few months through the holidays and into the new year, really supporting everybody in our community. Allison, would you like to share first?
Sure. This is my favorite topic. Absolutely what I had been praying for, besides the food, the gut support, and the wealth opportunity, really what I was really praying for was community and to be seen and to have a space to feel safe and to be with supportive, like-minded people who are encouraging. And so because I didn't see that in my world around me, I was called, I think like every single person who's here to be the leader that we needed to see and to be the change. And so having, Purium came into my life when I already decided, I already felt that whisper was getting louder, that you're the one you're waiting for. You're the one, like, they're not going to do it. You gotta, you gotta be a leader. You gotta make things happen. And when you have kids, it's not like you can wait till things change. Things need to change now to protect our babies from things that we had to go through. So, I feel like I manifested the whole thing. And I think everyone probably feels that way who's here, but I was already, decided. I basically, I had even bought this book, Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. And I was already reading it and I believe I, called Taz in because what we're praying for is praying for us. She was looking for me and I was looking for her. I didn't know what it looked like, but shortly after I started reading that book, Taz reached out to me and shared the ULT with me. And this incredible, she right away saw me as a leader, which no one else had, right? Like I think a lot of us are people who have maybe fallen through the cracks in the system. And so for someone to see me as someone who can be successful and here for big things, like here to make a change, that was a huge gift beyond just the gift card, just being seen and believed in. And I didn't believe in myself all the way at that time, but there was a little inkling that allowed me to allow her to believe in me. And then, as soon as basically I was already trying to create community, I already wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was doing other little businesses, but Purium filled in all the missing pieces. So not just the missing pieces to my nutrition and gut support, but filled in all these little missing pieces. I was looking to create community, but I needed more purpose around that. Like what is my community? I had actually already named my community Kind Human before Purium came into my life. But then Purium came in and gave me a vehicle for that community, like a real purpose for because yes, I wanted to elevate kind humans and I wanted to celebrate kind humans. My platform was the intention originally was to be like a news program to show, elevate kind humans in the planet. Like, let's forget about all the bad news in the world. Let's show good people what they're doing. And so Purium gives us this amazing vehicle of not only of seeing other people and celebrating them and giving them truly like a very rewarding purpose. And so I can't do hard work, and anyone who works with me knows that. Even Naiva knows I'm like, yeah, I'm not good at hard work. But what is so awesome is we could be leaders in this and we can be super successful because none of it feels like work. I don't know if you've ever done the color test, if anyone has done the color code test. And if you haven't, I highly recommend colorcode.com, I think. And it turns out I'm a yellow. And so, yeah, let me know if you're a yellow too in the chat. But that means that, for me to be motivated, it has to be fun and there has to be really important purpose behind it. So it's incredible that someone like me who could never do like hard work before or really focus on anything, for a long enough period of time to be successful. I've been able to be so successful in this. And that's my biggest why, is to show people like myself that they can too. and that, you know, to call in our community, we really just got to ask for what we're looking for. Like I, for so long, was just like anyone who like would come to me, I'd be like, oh, like anyone, you know, I'll take anyone, basically like not being really intentional or selective with like the kind of people I'm looking to work with. And that's been a new sort of intention, a new mindset, is really asking for, you know, who we're looking for and what we're looking for, putting that message out there, because yes, what you're praying for is praying for you. Sometimes we just have to simply ask, and we forget that we have to ask for what we want to receive it. So I've been able to help so many other people like myself, you know, calling in people who have slipped through the cracks, and especially, you know, near and dear is, of course, you know, mom, like, you know, struggling moms, because it's really important as moms that we are empowered and supported and have an opportunity to, you know, work with home from with our babies. And so I'm looking at Jenna right here. I know I just have to share a story. Jenna is someone who was connected in with the community, not through me directly. And that's the power of community. So she was, there was a nutritionist I brought in who is amazing. And she attracted a lot of people, and she attracted our dear friend Alice Carter from the UK. And then, you know, Alice attracted in Kelly Larson, who's out there somewhere. I don't know if he's on this call. And then Kelly, so this is like a few levels down, okay? Kelly attracted Jenna in. And Jenna wasn't necessarily, right when this came in, and I was the same, wasn't ready to hit the ground running. She didn't quite, you know, maybe have that belief in herself yet. But through just being plugged into the community and having enough stories and being exposed to enough information. She was a nurse before, so she was already in alignment with, you know, wanting to help people. But she has a baby, you know, she had a baby at home, and she couldn't go back to working that demanding, kind of like really emotionally strenuous job that she was doing before. And so she, you know, the timing is always right. And then when the timing was right, she leaned all the way in, and now she's bringing in the most incredible people. She's almost a diamond rank. And I'm just, you know, just, I don't know if we have just a minute, maybe if Jenna just wants to share a little bit. Is that okay, Naiva? Could I just, yeah, Jenna, if you can unmute, I don't know if you're out there, yeah, and just share like your business, your mindset and business little quick story. She
You
can't
might have
unmute
to
yet.
unmute here.
Oh, sorry, I had to unmute you. I'm sorry about that, Jenna. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah, it's all a personal development journey. Like I heard this the whole time, but now I'm really like seeing it. You know how hindsight is 2020. Yeah, I saw Allison, I saw Alice, I saw Kelly, and I was just like so blown away and impressed by their radiance and just them living this free, abundant lifestyle that I so wanted. I struggled so hard. I worked 12-hour shifts, and for some reason I was always broke. I didn't understand. Like I could not get ahead. So it all starts internally. I just actually made a post earlier, like if you think you need to work really hard to earn money, then you do. And if you think that abundance is flowing to you freely, then it is. Like our belief creates our reality. So it's all mindset and surrounding yourself with really good, inspiring, empowering mentors, like, and being patient. You know, like we have to give ourselves time to heal and grow. Like I tried to rush it. I always tried to rush everything. I was always chasing. And that's a fear-based, scarcity-based mindset, feeling like we have to chase. So as soon as I started to relax, everything just started to flow toward me. And I started to attract the quality people that I wanted. Like we can attract tons of people, but if they're not the right people, the people that are actually going to be in it for the long haul, then it's like a one-off sale and you're not really making a lot of change in the world. But yeah, attracting the right people based on your own frequency of abundance is really all there is to it.
I know you're going big, Jenna. You have big vision. So it's like, she is thinking so big right now. And it's so inspiring to see the transformation, what this business does, the support, how much we flourish, like a plant, if it's kind of like dwindling, it's like, you just got to nurture and water and take care of it. It has to be the right environment for it to bloom. And so like the food creates the right environment in our, gut for our bodies to just bloom, it's the same with this business opportunity. We are creating that environment for us to flourish. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jenna.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Allison, for all your inspiring share. It's always so amazing to hear from you and for everybody that's having success here, right? Congratulations on your success, even all the small wins, right? Even if you just started recently and you reached out and had a conversation or connected them with somebody that, your mentor that is going to support you in this business. We have so much support here, and pat yourself on the back and celebrate even your smallest wins, right? Because every little bit counts. And the first win is really to take care of ourselves. The very first step is to take care of yourselves so that you can take care of everybody else that much better. And so the most important thing is that you take that moment to invest in yourself. And that's how I started. I started by investing in myself 10 years ago when I was a postpartum mom and I was burning the candle at both ends, right? I was super busy. I was overwhelmed. I was undernourished. I was doing all the things I thought to stay healthy, but I was still lacking, right? I was still exhausted. I was still tired. I still wasn't sleeping well. I had tons of inflammation. I had all kinds of, things that I had lots of stress. I had 5 kids in 4 different schools and a new baby. I had stress at 6 a.m. in the morning just trying to get everybody to tie their shoes on to get them out the door to school. And so my life was crazy hectic. And, this was something that was so simple. And it was something that I could do for myself because something else that was going on is I was often skipping meals. I wasn't fueling myself properly as the caregiver. So that was leaving me, right, exhausted at the end of the day with brain fog, right? Not sleeping well at night, having tons of inflammation, being really stressed because I wasn't taking care of myself. And so this gave me an opportunity when my friend shared this with me. It gave me an opportunity to do something for myself first before I get the day started, right? To just take my aminos and make a power shake literally takes 30 seconds, and anybody can do that. I promise you. And I was doing this one-handed with a baby and 5 kids needing breakfast, right? So, this is the most simple way to get the nutrition into yourself so that you can take care of everybody else that much better. And once I started to get this nutrition in, I started to sleep better. The baby was sleeping better. I had a more level head, right? I was picking up the kids in the afternoon and taking them to sports and to the beach and doing all these things. And I could actually have energy to make it through the day and not feel like I needed to take a nap. And, so these were all amazing things that I just had more energy, better sleep, less inflammation. And I was able to actually just be a better mom overall, right? A better friend, right? I was actually picking up the phone and calling my friends because let's face it, as busy people, sometimes we forget to pick up the phone and even just call our friends. So this gave me an opportunity to actually break out of my comfort zone and my little shell of what I was doing and reach out to people that I know and I love and that I knew would align with this opportunity, right? It actually gave me a reason why. I need to call these people because I have something so incredible to share with them that I have to tell them about it. And so that's really how it all started. And through that momentum, through just, taking care of myself better, it opened up a door I didn't even know existed. I had wanted to be a stay-at-home mom with my first son 16 years ago, and I didn't know how. I honestly tried all kinds of different things. I tried all kinds of things. I signed up for different things and tried to work from home, and I didn't have the support. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to share my influence online, right? I just became like an advertisement because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any support. I didn't know anything about how to build a business from home, but I really wanted it. And so when I had my second son and I was able to have this opportunity to share these superfoods and stay at home with him, that was the most amazing opportunity I could have ever imagined. And when this opportunity came into my life, I was first taking the superfoods for myself. And as I was doing that, I got a call from my boss. I had been working part-time through my pregnancy, and she had told me that she's gonna put me back on the schedule. And so you can imagine the overwhelm of getting the baby into daycare for those short hours of school hours so I could go work for like 5 or 6 hours. And then how much does daycare cost? It would eat up literally my entire, what I would make that day. I would make gas money and money for daycare. And that just seemed ridiculous to me in my own mind. I couldn't imagine doing that. And so at that time, I had these superfoods in my hand. And that's when I really saw the vision of, well, if I have this and I can share it and I can stay at home with my baby, then what's possible? And what I really loved about it, what I aligned with, was the mission of the company. I really loved that everything was pure ingredients, it's all organic, it checks all of the boxes. And then on top of that, they care about the environment. Over the last 10 years, we've become a plastic-free company. And we've invested so much into transitioning into having biodegradable packaging so that we're not contributing to the waste on this planet. And we get to help others get healthy and get rewarded for that. And then on top of that, when we help people have success, we are rewarded again for helping people have success in this business. And I don't know any other business where you're rewarded to really be in alignment with something that is good for you, good for the planet, and is creating community and supporting sustainable agriculture on this planet as well. So that's why I aligned with this. And that's why I've been here for this whole time, is it's something that I really align with, I really believe in, that it's creating change on this planet and we need it so much. So many people are praying for what we have. And I love all the conversations I've been having with people recently, because so many people are ready for this opportunity and for these incredible superfoods to come into their life, because they're not only affordable, but they're convenient. And you can take them anywhere with you. You can travel with them. You can, I take them to the beach with me. I take them on hikes. I get to see your reels of all the amazing things you're doing and where you're making your superfoods. And it's so inspiring, right? We can take them anywhere and we don't have to compromise our values for the choices that we have to make daily to nourish ourselves and nourish our family and our loved ones. And we have this incredible thing that we can share with our communities as well and help them nourish themselves optimally. So that's a little bit of my passion, and I'd love to pass it over to Ashley to share a little bit, and then I'll bring on our special guests. We have a couple of special guests on after you, Ashley.
Awesome. And so glad that you were able to find this, and Allison too. And that's pretty much the amazing part about this, is that we've all invested in ourselves first, and then we get to share it with everyone. So I love that we're talking about these actionable steps in our business. And I mean, investing in ourselves is step one, right? We talked about our personal development, and then we also, of course, our own superfoods and taking care of our own health physically. And when we do those things, everything else just kind of follows. And that's kind of how it happened for me. There's no way I could even picture my life being the way it is right now, being able to have my own business and have a business mindset of where other aspects of my life I can grow financially and all of these things. But it's because of this business model. We're able to see that, of course, working from home is the way to go, right? I had my first baby and I wanted to work from home so badly. I could not find anything. I did stay home, but that just meant our income got cut in half. But I searched high and low for anything I could do online, anything at all. And I tried so many things and nothing was worth my time. So I just decided, okay, I guess I'm just going to be the stay-at-home mom. I'm going to do everything I can at home. And then I spiraled into my postpartum depression after I had my third baby. And I couldn't even do the basic things around the house. So I was at a low point when these superfoods came into my life and revived me and gave me that sense of purpose and feeling like I had so much more to just get up in the morning for and be excited about in my day. So to go from that deep, dark place to now where I am and ready to share with other people and excited to have other people experience this also is just amazing. And I have to credit all of that to being able to focus on my gut health first. And then as I was feeling better, of course, I was sharing right away. And I also was working through the pandemic. I found a at-home working situation that I thought, oh, okay, I finally found something after all these years of searching. I'm working from home. However, I was chained to my desk and I couldn't go outside and play with my kids. I couldn't, like, don't miss an email, don't miss a phone call type of thing. So as I worked that crazy hour business from my home, I was still building this on the side, and I was so happy to do that. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I actually got a phone call that they said, you know what, it's just not working out. We're going to go ahead and have you send your computer in, and that's the end of that. And by noon that day, I was out of a job, and I had worked up to a position where I was actually the whole income of the household. So to lose all of that in one fell swoop, but still have this confidence in myself to know I could build something. And hello, you can keep doing what you love to do, not just be forced to be at your desk, is so amazing. And Dave and Amy have made it so easy. I mean, when you think of building a business, you have to put in the work to, you've got to get an LLC and maybe even a brick and mortar, and you've got to get insurance and you've got to get employees. But that is not the case with this. It just comes so naturally. So I love that we've been able to build something so precious, but also so valuable. And this time of the year is so important. Hold on. It's so important during this time of the year to build that momentum. So actually, that's what I wanted to share really quickly, have Rico come on and share. Really, here's a story of last year around this time and how he was able to keep this momentum of this time of year going. So Rico, let's have you unmute. Let me find you.
Oh, sorry, I just pressed mute. All right. So, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate your story because it really matters because I am the product of your story and it's continuing. 2022, I was irritable, tired, wanting to take naps. I suffer from ADHD, so you guys know I'm like all over the place, hyper, but because of these superfoods, I'm like super hyper, but like clean hyper, which is amazing. But I have to really thank Ashley because she reached out to me about the business opportunity, and I was doing DoorDash. I was taking people to the airport. I was trying to make my own business because I saw the concept of other jobs, driving jobs that I did in the past before COVID. And I was like, maybe I can do a business for myself. But you got to have overhead, you got to have hiring people, you got to do all these things. And I saved myself so much heartache. I was like, oh, I got to buy some cars, I got to buy SUVs, stuff like that. So I saved myself a whole bunch of heartache thanks to Ashley. She showed me the compensation plan, and I'm like, you can make how much? Okay, how do I sign up? And when could I sign up? So that was back in 2022. And I'm just so happy to say that not only was I able to stop working for a food delivery job back in 2023 because I hit one of the marks of the company, which is executive. An executive, you're able to get $1,000 bonus. And I was able to achieve a lot of those bonuses. And I'm like, okay, there's something to this. If I can make this amount of money at this little bit of time, and I was just at home most of the time, then the sky's not even the limit. So I decided to quit that job. And then I decided to quit the school district because my mom was going through a health situation. And I was like, okay, I can't lose my mom, you know. And I decided to make a big decision of my life. And I just took a break. No, I didn't take a break. I am not going back to the school district. I don't need to. I don't need to do that 9 to 5 paycheck to paycheck mentality. I was in a paycheck matrix for years. And I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur by heart. I want to do something that I want to do and something that I love and I'm passionate about. And fast forward 2 years later from that, this year now, I've helped hundreds, if not close to 1,000 people with their health and their business as well. So this is just the beginning, and I'm just so happy that I got the invitation to Diamond Club. I've been wanting to go since last year, but I didn't qualify. And right after, for those are thinking about the Superfood Social, just do whatever you can to get there because everybody from Diamond Club is going to be there. So can you imagine the energy and the excitement there's going to be? Everybody's going to be glowing like crazy, hyped on superfoods and, you know, after and stuff. Be there at the Superfood Social because when I went to that Superfood Social last year, 3 months later, I hit diamond. So I really saw the dream and I just went ahead full force. And this is just the beginning. So yeah, thank you, Ashley, for letting me share. And thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity of this business.
Oh, yeah, it is my pleasure. I love working with you, and I completely agree. That's also what happened for me the year before I hit Diamond was just showing up at that Superfood Social. So that is an excellent point. And your story is so powerful. You were doing a million things, and this has replaced almost all of them. And I'm just over the moon proud of what you are going to accomplish. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Ava.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
for
Wow,
sharing.
incredible. Thank you so much, Ashley, for sharing. And thank you, Rico. How inspiring. And I love your story. I'm so glad that you found Purium or Purium found you, and it's created a vehicle for you to be able to have more time freedom and not be juggling so many things, right? There's so many people out there that are juggling multiple incomes, right? Multiple jobs, being so overwhelmed and undernourished, just like I was. Maybe not because they have a bunch of kids in a bunch of schools, but maybe it's because they're working multiple jobs or have a really busy lifestyle, right? We all have different circumstances, but nonetheless, we all have to nourish ourselves properly. And the one thing that I love is that, how Rico just thanked Ashley for sharing this with him. Those are the wins that I love. That is what makes it so worth it. It doesn't matter how many people tell me no, that they're not ready for this opportunity, because when somebody actually says yes and they use the superfoods and then they join you on this business opportunity and they start having success, they are so grateful. Everybody in this community, right? We're all so grateful for the person who shared it with us and gave us this opportunity. And so, if you're a guest on this call, definitely, thank the person who invited you here, because they actually really care about you and want the very best for you, the best health, and also this incredible opportunity to help reduce stress and give you another leverage on your finances so that you don't have to struggle. And in this day and age, it's so important because it's part of our overall emotional health, is being able to have the financial health as well. So it's very important. And with that, I would love to see if Tara Cohn is available. Are you available, Tara? I'd love to have you come on and share your story with us.
Sure. Can you hear me fine?
You're here. Wonderful. Well, first introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you recently just ranked Red Diamond, right? So yeah, I'm super excited to have you on here. Welcome.
And I love this call. It's a privilege to be on it. Thank you, Naiva and Allison and Ashley. So my name is Tara Cohn. I live in North Dakota, and I first found these superfoods by following my friend Crystal on Instagram. I've been doing massage therapy for 26 years. We homeschool our kids. We have 3 daughters, 19, 11, and 4. So it's a very busy life that we live, being self-employed and doing volunteer work, very busy dynamic in our family. Being self-employed at massage, I've only done that ever part-time, but it's been my passion. Never wanted to phase out of it. Although I found my body aging out of it. So in my 40s, well, I've got a disease that, limits the amount of physical work I can do. I feel like Allison, like I can't work. I can't physically work. It's the way my body and brain are. And so massage was the only thing that I was really good at, very passionate about. It never felt like work, although it did take a physical toll on me. And I know that someone knew that I needed to phase out. I wasn't aware. So when I saw those green shakes on Instagram, I was like, that's what I need. I've been into nutrition my whole adult life, trying to keep inflammation low in my body. And if I keep inflammation low, then my spinal cord disease does not bother me as much. But just eating a simple handful of nuts or safflower oil would create an inflammatory reaction in me, which another person might be okay with. But because I have no tolerance to inflammation, it would create extreme nerve pain. It would make my condition just worse. So anyway, I've been on a medication for that for a few years. It's a heavy narcotic to stop that pain response from reaching my brain. And I must be on it. But when I saw the green shakes, I just thought that's the nutrition piece I'm missing. I wasn't into green nutrition yet, only because I didn't know who to believe. There's so many out there who want your money, who are claiming to be the best. And when I can't make a decision, I make no decision. That's the way I am. I become paralyzed. And so I was just sticking with what I was doing because there was too many conflicting opinions out there. And so this was coming from a friend. I saw that it was organic. I saw Dave and Amy. I saw the stories, and I'm like, I want in, and I want all my massage clients to be on this. And the reason I jumped into the business immediately was I knew my mom was going to do whatever I did, and I didn't want her being someone else's customer. So the night that I ordered my kit, which I started with the grain-free pack, my mom ordered, and so did my dad, and so did one of my clients. I immediately recouped all my money, all my investment. And I like sharing that with people because I had no idea what an important story that was at the time. I didn't know that I was creating the best way to get started. We can't emphasize that enough to people. They have to do their own journey. But I had a high need to earn income, and I had a lot of people I needed to help. So I started sharing my journey on Instagram immediately, and people started getting a hold of me. They're like, I want in, I want to try this. And I earned all the fast start bonuses. In 2 months, I reached diamond, and in 3 months, I reached green diamond. And I stayed there for a while just to maintain green diamond is a big deal. And again, busy life. But a side part of my story is that I started this in January of 2023. By May, I decided I'm going to take the summer off from massage, and I'm going to spend it with my daughters. I've never done it before. Every year I wanted to, and I couldn't. I was that mom who had to go work rather than take my kids to the swimming pool. And I'm like, I'm not going to be that mom this year. So I took the summer off from massage. It was great. Purium paid me better than my massage did. My husband was able to do significantly less fence work. So he's a contractor, installs fence. It's very hard work. He was 55 at the time, looking to work less. But again, we had that high need to work more. And I asked him, could we put this Purium business to the test? And can you only take the jobs that you want to do, which in fencing is aluminum fencing. He did the white vinyl fencing, the beautiful, it's pretty, but it's very labor intensive. And he gave me a look like I handed him a lottery ticket. He goes, are you serious? I said, yes, let's just try it. Just take the jobs you want and turn down all the others. And you guys, we got through that summer better than we ever have. And that was without me doing massage or Alan doing his extra fencing. So then we got through to summer and September came. I'm like, well, I'm not going back to massage now. And I never did. I walked away from it completely. It's not my bread and butter. I do a massage now and then for an old client or family member, friend, because I want to, because I have a passion for it still, but it's not my income. So that's my Purium story. And I've been like, I guess that's my Purium story, but maybe that was a lot of talking. Do you have a question from there?
Incredible. So inspiring how fast you've, been able to create success in your community. And yeah, how long has it been your whole journey with Purium? And, with the success that you just created too, I think it's important to maybe share the structure of what it took to get there. I know when you get to those higher ranks, it takes a team, right? It's not just you. And I want to show everybody, like, what did it take for you to get to Red Diamond? I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
So when I got to go to Diamond Club in 2023, that was a huge privilege. I was green diamond by then. But we've said this before, the people who get you to where you are not going to be the people who get you to where you need to be, right? I heard that, but I've lived it now. So those that got me to green diamond and got me to Diamond Club are not the ones that my structure is now. And the reason is people's lives change and their priorities change, and they're still loyal Purium people, but the business wasn't maybe right for them. And so you have to keep prospecting. I was always looking for more business partners. I've got my 3 basic legs now, but who knows what will happen to them in the future. I'm not relying on that. We want to build a strong structure. And so there's been times where it was like, it was hard to stay at green each month. And then last year, I think in January, things really exploded. They went really well. I got a strong leader under me and my other legs stayed strong and I reached blue. That was really a neat experience too. It was like the night before the month ended and my upline called me and she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm on a team call. We're having our team Zoom right now. And she goes, get off that Zoom and work your business. You're going to reach blue tonight. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm actually like 3,000 away yet. I've realized that I can't do it. And my upline is Melissa Hansen, as you can imagine. And she chomped my butt and we got there. Like I got back to work. My reliance on my upline has been huge and believing them and doing what they say because I couldn't see it. She saw it. She saw the possibility, but I didn't. And I was resigned to that. It was fine. I'll do it next month, but I got to blue that night. Then it was hard to reach blue again, but I stayed stronger at green all that time. And then I re-ranked at blue, I think in August. And then in September, I got up to black and October, I made it to red. And my organization is just running like a machine now. The leaders know what they need to do. We have team Zooms twice a week. We're working with my leaders and all of their people. So the team Zooms are really important. They happen without fail. If I can't be there, I'm going to have someone be there to take the lead and have an outline to cover and be there as support. I try to be there for my downline early in the morning and late at night. During the day, I'm often multitasking with my family. My husband is really, really supportive. He's either helping me with my back office, writing my numbers down on my whiteboard. He's even started calling and being a connect call person with my downline. And he shares stories regularly. And most of all, he's running the household better than I ever did. I relate so much to Allison. I've got very much of a very busy brain and I don't stay on task very well, but I multitask like crazy. And so I'm finding my gifts with Purium, and my husband is a happy husband and dad. Our kids spend so much time with him and he's cooking and he's cleaning and he's helping with homeschool. So we're a team with this. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is don't leave your spouse out of your business. Like, don't go run this privately. Involve your kids, involve your spouse. you're only going to get there with their support. So definitely use that. And when you're happy and encouraged, call someone in your downline and just chat with them. Just have a conversation. Again, be a human. When you're in a really good mood and a happy place, call a new prospect, call an old customer. But when you're needing help and you're feeling a bit whiny, call your upline. Reach up. That's their job to help you in that moment. They're going to give you that perspective. They're going to give you the big picture. Now in the role I'm in, I know that's my role. I need to be that person who's going to help when they need help. I'm going to listen. I'm going to give them that encouragement and that perspective that I've received from my upline. So it's just, I consider it like a beautiful spider web of love that I'm just instrumental in keeping running.
Amazing. I love how you said that. A beautiful spider web of love. And it's so true, you know, like we rise by lifting others. And that's something that I really love about this business model is that we really do have to help other people succeed to have our own success. And you know, some people might be like, oh my gosh, it's so hard, but it's actually a beautiful thing. We get so rewarded, right? Just like how Rico was with Ashley, like, thank you so much for sharing this opportunity with me. We get to be that person for other people that we're sharing this with, right? Like find the people that are looking for this because so many people are praying for what we have. They're looking for this. I talk to people every day that are like, oh my gosh, you don't know how long I've been looking for something like this, right? So we just need to find those people and align with those people and get this word out there. And so thank you so much, Tara, for sharing your story with us. And it's so nice to have you on here. And yeah, I look forward to celebrating so much more success with you. Congratulations. Awesome. And so we have one more guest today. I would love to bring on Dominique Jeffries. If you're available, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm so happy to have you here and look forward to hearing a little bit about you and your success on this journey with Purium.
Yes, hi. Thank you so much, Naiva, for asking me to share my story. And this call has been amazing listening to everyone. It's so beautiful how aligned we all are with where we were and just our journey. So, yeah, my name is Dominique. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and I moved to Miami in 2018. Honestly, looking for freedom. I really wanted to just work as a model and spend my days at the beach and just have freedom. I did not want to be tied down to a job. And before I was modeling, I was actually working in a restaurant back home. So when I got here, modeling was working well at first, but I wasn't booking enough jobs consistently. And if anyone's in the entertainment industry, a lot of times you don't get paid for months on end. And that was not supporting me financially. So I ended up having to work at a restaurant, which is what I did not want to do. And I got caught up in just the fact that I could pay my bills and the income was really helpful for me at the time. So I constantly picked up every open shift. I was just overworking. I completely neglected my health. The scarcity mindset, the fear of not having enough was really resonating with me at the time. And I was just surviving off of bottles of wine that I would get as gifts from my customers that would come to the restaurant, and French fries and like corn chips, all the food that was in the restaurant. That's what I was surviving off of. And it just completely depleted me. I didn't have any energy. I remember there was mornings where I would wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and my feet hurt so bad just from racing around the restaurant for hours on end. Sometimes I would work like 50 hours a week. I was always picking up extra shifts. So I remember crying to my sister one day. I came home and I was just like, I don't know what my purpose is. Like, what am I supposed to do outside of this restaurant? Like, I have so much more to give to the world, but I don't know what that looks like. And I ended up getting a severe urinary tract infection at the time. And it was so bad, it almost spread to my kidneys. And so I had to take off from work to focus on healing my body. I took antibiotics from the doctor. And also at that time, I just kind of laid a prayer that I had to find a way out of the restaurant. And I knew that come the following April, I wouldn't be there. I just was like, that's my 2-year mark. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I can't be here anymore. And fast forward to March of 2020, actually the end of February, my sister started her ultimate lifestyle transformation. She actually partnered with Purium and we lived together. So she shared with me the Power Shake, the Biomedic, and the Apothecary. And I immediately felt incredible. I started to feel just this shift of clarity. I felt so much more in tune. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, sorry. I thought I froze. I just felt so much more in tune with myself. I woke up smiling and just excited about my day. And then a few weeks later, the pandemic hit and the restaurant laid me off. So I didn't really know anything about the business opportunity necessarily. My sister just shared with me and was like, we're both at home now and we need extra income. And so we should do this together and just share. So I got my gift card code, had no experience in network marketing, online sales, social media at all. Like I never shared anything about my story online. It was all just modeling photos and photos of just going on vacation. And so I was really excited to have something new that I could learn, new skills. I've always had a leadership skill set also. Even every job I've worked in has been in the food industry. And I've always kind of rose up to that leadership level within the restaurant industry, but I was never rewarded for it. Honestly, most of the jobs I had, they took advantage of it because it was just a natural ability that I had. So being in this business model, I started to step into that leadership very quickly. Within my first 2 months, I hit Fast Start Executive, and just the bonuses were like, wait, how am I making this money? And I'm not physically overworking myself. That's all I knew when I was making money before, was that I had to work super hard and endure a lot of physical labor. So I was like, I'm just making money from calling my friends and family and helping them get healthy. And then my job actually called me back into the restaurant, and it was honestly it was actually the same week that I ended up matching a week's worth of income from the restaurant with my Purium business. And even though at the time it wasn't sustainable, because I didn't really know what it was like to build that sustainability in this business, it just planted the seed of opportunity. And like Rico said, like, just the sky is not even the limit here. And so I decided not to go back, and I really just poured a lot of my energy and time to building this business, because my family, my grandparents, they all passed by the time I was 18 to lifestyle diseases, from Alzheimer's, cancer, and heart disease. So they didn't have the accessibility to holistic health education, nourishment to help support them in regenerating their body. And so I really saw this as an opportunity to be able to pay it forward to other families, but then also be able to nourish myself so that I can be in the best state of health, mentally, physically, and financially, for my soon to be family. I'm not married. I don't have any children. It's just me and my sister, but I do have a vision for that. And I know that it will be here soon. And so I want to prepare myself to be able to sustain that lifestyle of freedom that I always desired. So this opportunity on both sides, has taught me so much about myself as a woman, how to nourish myself, even just the business model in general, about what my gifts are. Like Tara said, like I know what my powers are, my superpowers are, and I know how to use them in a way that nourishes myself without overworking or burning myself out like I used to do in the restaurant. And then also being able to pay it forward to other leaders and other people that see the same vision for their families and don't have a vehicle to do it or don't know anything like this exists. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Also, just the blessing to be able to work with my sister and build generational wealth together. That's a whole other thing that I'm just really passionate about, with sharing with other siblings or other family members. And I love hearing all the spouses that work together, because me and my sister also leverage each other's gifts really well. And it's just been a blessing all around. But I've really grown up in this business over the past 4 years, and I'm continuing to grow. So thank you for having me share my story.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. It's so inspiring to hear from everybody. And I love that you also found a way to get out of the grind of working really long hours and depleting yourself and not fueling yourself properly, right? Because that's the reality for so many people right now, is just barely making it, right? We have this belief, like you said, that lack belief of like not thinking that you can afford the things that are going to make you better, or that you're working so hard just to make ends meet, right? And so this is such a beautiful opportunity for us to not only leverage getting healthier ourselves, but then also helping other people to get out of that overwhelm and out of that stress and nourish themselves. And together we can thrive so much better. And so I really love your story. And thank you so much for being on and sharing with us today. We're going to wrap up in just a minute, but before we do, I just wanted to share a quick article with you guys. that I found earlier that I got excited and I forgot to share at the beginning, but about the remote statistics for 2024 going into 2025. And I think this is really inspiring and exciting as we go into, these next few months and going into 2025, like this is the business that we're in. And so, 1 in 5 workers are working remotely right now, and more people are going into the space of working online and working remotely. So it's really an amazing time to reach out to people and offer this opportunity. By 2025, 32.6 million Americans will work remotely. That is an incredible, staggering number. And this equates to 22% of the workforce. So this is like a lot of people are looking to be able to work for themselves, to be able to join a community and have the automation that we have. And we're so fortunate to have this at our fingertips. And 98% of workers want to work remote at least some of the time, right? So there's a lot of people that that's almost 100% of people would like to have another stream of income. That's almost everybody, right? So we have to share this message with people because this opportunity not only allows people to have another stream of income, but it can allow us to have a first stream of income, right? It can totally replace our prior income, which is what happened for me and so many others here. And so, go out there, share this message and be proud of this community that we're a part of, right? Share about the Million Mom Movement. Each and every one of you here is a part of the Million Mom Movement, and you sharing this message and tagging us allows us to really collaborate and share this message with more people. So if it is your first time here, please reach back out to the person who invited you here today, because they are really excited to share this opportunity with you and help you leverage what we have. And then I would like to share one more page. Let me get it ready here. With you all. So you all know that we have our social media channels. We would love to invite you to like, share, and follow our different social medias. So please go ahead and like our Facebook page, right? This is our Facebook page here. We'd love to invite you to come and be a part of our community. And right here, when you scroll down, there's our events. So the events get posted monthly of all the events that we have coming up. And next week, we'll be talking about the power of nutrition and improving the well-being for people on the spectrum. So if you know anybody that is affected by autism or that has a family member that's affected by autism, then please invite them next week to come join us on this call and learn more about how we can support more people in our communities that are neurodivergent. We're going to be interviewing adults that are neurodivergent. So if you or somebody you know has a story, please let us know, reach out. We are excited to feature lots of people that have reached out already about this subject and being able to share their own stories. So we really would love to highlight you. If you feel inspired when you see these events go up, if there's an event that you see that you would be inspired to share your story on, please reach out to us so that we can highlight you and have you come and be a part of this community by highlighting your story here too. And so please go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well. Tag us in your stories and join us back here next week for our next presentation. Have a beautiful weekend, everybody. Thank you for being here.